Every morning we look at issues of national concern, issues of national development, and in this special segment you're able to be part of the topic of discussion by simply going on our various social media platforms. That is WhatsApp. We have a WhatsApp number where you can send us your message, your observation, your comment on the topic of discussion, which is 0709 60 25 92. You can also use the traditional SMS. We will still be reading out your message, or go to our Twitter page and still send us a message there regarding the topic of discussion. This morning we are going to be handling a very sensitive issue that has both an element of culture, an element of religion, yet very important for a developing country like Uganda and a third world country, which is ensuring we have a quality population. We need numbers, but we also need quality. And that brings us to discuss reproductive health with particular emphasis on family planning methods in Uganda and the challenges. And with me in studios to discuss this, I have Hope Kukundane, who happens to be the Executive Director and Founding Director of Dependable Foundation Uganda. Hope, you're most welcome to our studios.
Thank you, Mr. Moses. Yes, family planning is playing a weak role as it is supposed to be doing. At Dependable, we believe in having a number.
Maybe just because you have social distance, you can excuse yourself of your mask, okay, so that you're more audible.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Family planning has been in existence for over 60 years because at Dependable we are partnering with reproductive health in giving those services to the community. But it is to my surprise that even me, who was born in that era, came to know family planning like 10 years ago, of which it is because I was enlightened to extent of finding out. But there are those people who are up to now, they don't know much about family planning.
Yes, I was looking at our records. Just this month, Government of Uganda, through Ministry of Health and Development Partners, relaunched their commitment to ensuring that by 2030 we have a number of women or Ugandans that are using family planning methods and in the right way. And I was shocked that about 28% only 28% of
because
women in Uganda.
I believe maybe the channels that we use to create awareness are not good enough. That's what I can say. Because over 60 years, finding that we only have 28%, it's a challenge. I think we need to go back to the roots, or to the drawing board, and see how best we can take this system to where it is supposed to be.
Maybe to throw more light for our viewer who is following us this morning, when we talk about family planning in Uganda, and we talk about family planning methods, what are we meaning, so that we really draw more shape to the discussion?
That's a very good question. Me particularly, I believe that family planning starts within a family. It's a family setup that the head of the family is supposed to draw. After drawing how I need my family to move together with my partner, then I can say that maybe I need 4 children, I need 2, because these are the ones I can look after for the quality Ugandans that you've talked about. But if we think that there are only tablets, injections, as it is known, then we are wrong. There is this saying of Africans that if I can feed my children, why are you stopping me from having as many as I can? But that one does not take away the poverty that we are seeing spreading every day in homes and everywhere. If we can have topics designed for these homes, especially for men, because if you look at a common man of Uganda, I mean these low-income earners, they earn low, but they don't believe in family planning because they have not been taught what family planning is. So may I believe that if we go back to the drawing board and invite these men for conferences, have them taken through what family planning is supposed to be, maybe we can spread the message and the service to the community.
Talking about involving the men, one of the issues you've mentioned is family planning should be think of the two, that is the woman or the wife and the husband, or both partners, that they can sit and discuss on the number of children they want to have. Many a times you've seen women taking this a single burden, and many a times you've seen even women, some losing families, because we must address the fears of family planning. Why are people not using family planning in Uganda, yet we still have challenges? How do we bring this as a normal discussion, not a hard topic in a home? How do we break it down to that?
I think as Africans, when family planning was introduced, there was these other talks side effects that were coming in from different channels, of which the channels that were bringing in these side effects were not professionals. So they created fear in the hearts of men and even some women. But because a woman, it is you who carries this baby. It is most of the times the burden of raising a child is on a woman in a home. That's why we take this very first step and get it even when my husband is not aware that I got this injection, because it doesn't show. And when he discovers, then he reacts as a because there was no proper arrangement of this couple receiving a message together and embracing it. Maybe my husband had it from the neighbor and he carried that if your wife gets a family planning method, she'll develop fibroids, she'll have cancer, she'll very many things.
Lose appetite.
Exactly. You will not be able to control her. And you know, most men think that if I overgive birth, then he's controlling me.
Yes.
I'm staying in one place
because of the children.
Not knowing that he's also stepping on himself, because if I go out there and hustle, then I'll be helping him to do other developmental things. And I think that is the reason why family planning should be a core topic in the country. Let's use all the radios available, all the TV shows, all the channels. If it means Vimeza, there is this type of village setup whereby people believe in their community leaders. Let's engage them on that. Let's create awareness about family planning so that each family is aware, even if they refuse to take it on, but they know what it is.
Talking about creating awareness, we also must understand that most of the decisions in our country, Uganda, have gotten a spiritual and cultural element to them. When you talk about methods like vasectomy, you find that men would wonder how can an African man limit himself and is not able to have more children. When you talk about pills, one would tell you, how does someone take these pills for such a... How can we address this mountain of culture and religion? Because in my belief, I think these are one of the, away from ignorance and lack of information, these are the two hindrances to effective usage of family planning methods in Uganda.
Talking about culture, culture is there and to always be there. But culture does not feed your home. Culture needs you when you're okay, so that you can express other issues in the area or help them sort it out when you're mentally well. I've seen homes whereby man no longer talks because there is a burden of children and the wife maybe uses it to let him know that he's not a man enough because he has failed to look after his family. And then this man cannot even stand up in a community to give a point, even in a community setup or meeting or what. So it means that if I am ahead of my family, that is my culture. And then I need to also have the right information so that I can take it to my cultural leaders and explain to them well what it means to have family planning. Not a way of reducing on the preparation of the number of children in a community, but because that is what I can afford, or that is what I can look after. There is this setup of culture. You talked of culture and what?
Religion.
And religion. I think religion leaders, including cultural leaders, need to be sensitized first. Let them have their own conferences. Let these big organizations that are leading in family planning have time for them. Explain to them what they are trying to mean. I also know that even if it's a religion or what, we also need money to push us to some level in our service as a church, as a cultural leader. But if there is poverty around my area, then I will stay like that. My kingdom will not grow. So I think it's about still awareness. But how do we take this message to the community where it is supposed to be? The packaging should be different. That I am targeting this community, but I'm taking this message because it is the one that fits them.
Well, also, maybe let me first remind our viewers that you can be part of the topic of discussion this morning by simply going on our various social media platforms. That is on Twitter, if you can, on Facebook, but also you can just send us a message regarding the topic of discussion and we'll be able to respond to that. My guest in studios, the number for our WhatsApp, which equally you can use for SMS messaging, is 0709 60 25 and we'll be able to respond that 60 25 92. So please send us a message on that, send us, and we'll be responding to that. But also, Hope, another challenge that is facing family planning methods in Uganda is misuse.
Oh yes.
And of course, misuse, I talk about even underage or those that may not qualify. How are you handling this issue? Today we've seen schoolgirls using family planning below 18 years. We've seen people who are told the method you're using doesn't match with your either blood group or has a complication. How do you ensure that, yes, we have these methods are available? Because I think government of Uganda has done a tremendous job in terms of ensuring that almost every health center, from health center 2, 3, there is at least something regarding family planning, and these services are available. Yes. Yeah, but what now the challenge we are facing is abuse of these methods, not knowing which method works. I think this is where even find a person, maybe they have had some reactions to something that maybe they weren't supposed to use, or they have used it the wrong way, and all this decampaigns the process.
First of all, I want to thank the government of Uganda for this tremendous work they are doing in bringing closer the service to the community. And but I want to encourage them to use the right professionals in that field. Counselors who are qualified to administer this information to the person receiving it, so that I make a choice of having a type of family planning when I'm aware of the side effects. In most clinics, in most health centers, they don't talk about side effects. And we all know that any drug, whether it is for malaria, it has a side. If you don't take lots of drinks, you're creating an effect on yourself. So as we give these services to the community, especially like us who are in teenage pregnancy, we encourage these young girls to get a professional service. But most of them even fear going to these hospitals because of how they handle them. That's why I'm still encouraging the government of Uganda to do this on a professional basis. This concerns life, so it needs an input. Let's not count how much will go out, but let's count on the people's lives. Because as we give it out to people, we should mind about their health and how they are taking the information. We've met girls in our camps, because we do health camps whereby we administer these services in partnership with other NGOs on board. But we find people who say that I am 18 years and I'm pregnant because I got scared of using family planning. I didn't know. But because we are closer to them now, they can open up. I think these services should be administered after an education. Let me understand what I'm going to take. Let me know that if I do it for 3 to 5 years, then I should not exceed 5 years. Because some get it and its time expires, but she stays with it because she was not told that there are other side effects after its real time of use. So I believe in awareness still. Create awareness, let there be professionals in the field, that are giving out these family planning methods. Let's use, I encourage Ugandans also to use the right area of getting these services. I mean, the places of receiving these injections and the tablets, they should not go buy from the shops. Go to a clinic or go to the hospital, go to these like reproductive health. They have over 20 branches in the country. Let's get use of these people so that we protect ourselves from the side effects that comes on board after using the family planning.
Well, we are still looking at the challenges of family planning in Uganda, a campaign that has been around for a long time, but adherence or people committing themselves to these methods is still a challenge. Yet we have a commitment come 2030 that we must ensure that we have children by choice and not children by chance in Uganda. Good numbers are important, but you need a quality population that can be developmental to the nation. Reading some of the messages that are coming in, please keep them coming. We have one here. Good morning, Hope and Kirabo. Thanks for the show. On my side, I really think people should be told the benefits of family planning, because some think that some people have negative attitude towards it. Thanks. I'm Victoria from Zambia. Thank you so much, Victoria. Looking at the benefits, because she says people should be taught the benefits of family planning. Let's look at some of these, maybe that people are missing out by not using these methods as couples, as individuals.
Yeah, the number one benefit is having a family that you can, a planned family.
Manageable family.
Manageable family. Then number two is giving space. I think when we talk about planned family, I'm giving space to myself.
That is child spacing?
Yeah, that is child spacing. Then number three, of course, there is development in a home. And when a home is developed, then the country is developed. And then number three, also me as a couple, me and my husband, we need our time together. We've seen families where men complain, we're on different platforms. And they say, my wife, after giving birth, now we have 4 children, she no longer has time for me.
True.
So that one only breaks the family. So to create time for ourselves, let's also embrace family planning. But I still encourage that we do it together to avoid confusion, to avoid unanswered questions. Why did this woman choose to go and get family planning without my knowledge? Then it means she has someone she's doing it with, you understand? So I believe that also it's a benefit to me and my family and the whole country at large.
That could be very easy for the elite, for the urban centers, maybe for a particular class of people. Yet when we look at Uganda's population, it's rural areas where we have majority of dwellers. If you're looking at families where there is so much numbers, urban families you may find on average maybe 4 children. Go to the village, of course, knowing that Uganda, we are one of the countries with the highest fertility rates in the world. Even in East Africa, we are ranked best with high fertility rate. So how do we empower these local couples? Because Madam Hope, it may be easy for Robert and wife to discuss these things, but we look at this family, a husband maybe has 3 wives, there is competition, this one gives birth, the other wants to give birth. So how do they bring this on table? It seems more hard talk than maybe just assume here.
You're taking me back to religion setting.
So the church can make that breakthrough?
The church can help us spread the message, because each family in the village has a church.
Yeah, they have a faith.
They have a faith that they believe in. And they believe in their churches, by the way. They believe in their faith. So if we get a church in that very community, empower it, give them the right information, and they spread the message. All the community leaders, as we talked about them, the cultural leaders, if we bring them on board, they will help us spread that message. Yeah.
Well, another message here, the country must get possible ways of controlling birth rate in Uganda. Otherwise, the population is rapidly increasing. We didn't get your name, but thank you for the message. The country must get. That is, the country must get. This seems more of a, what more do you think government can do? Because when you talk about the services, like I said, family planning methods, at least on average, Uganda is not doing very bad as long as accessibility and availability. I think it's now mindset and attitude and getting that people use these methods, but they're readily available. What more can be done?
Still, it's sensitization. Because the drugs are available. I don't think that there's a time when they will be out of stock. And even others expire because they are not used in time. So sensitization, it is increasing on the ways of sensitization that are in place. Let them add more. And which are those ones that they should add? I think that if we want to take this message to the roots of the country, to have an impact in different communities, then we need to use those communities, the people from that community, not importing people from Kampala to take a message in Mbarara. Let's use people there. Let's create an impact on the neighbor. If you're my neighbor and I see you doing well, I will need to come and ask you, how are you doing it? If a government has empowered me, I will be able to speak out. I use this because government told me to do this and this through this channel and this one. If we work with the community, if we work with the people from the same environment, then we will have this success. We have a success of this campaign.
Maybe finally, let's look at some of the most used methods of family planning in this country. What are some of these that are most used?
There's injections, the pills, then use of condoms. But I encourage young people to abstain. Abstinence is the safest method of family planning. It doesn't have a side effect. If I'm not married, then why not abstain until when I go there, and then I'm ready to do it when I'm free. Then after giving birth, then you can start on family planning. As you said in the beginning, you said that even school-going children on family planning. What could be the cause of these people's mind to think that I should engage in sex before time? If we say that we have a 16, 18-year already on family planning, then these are cases we find that people are saying that at 20, 23, 24, when I wanted to give birth, I delayed. Because you started when your body was not ready. Let's not only preach about get an injection, take pills, withdraw. Let's encourage them to stay safe, to abstain from all these methods until when they are ready.
Well, I'll read one final message. That is, good morning, UBC. I've had very many women complaining that after the expiry of family planning methods, they take long to conceive. Is this real? Thanks, this is Pius from Leader.
Oh yes, it is real, but I think it depends on, as you said in the beginning, sometimes we don't know the type that fits our bodies. So it still takes us to professional service, whereby I will be told and I'll be forced to check my body and get to know the type of family planning that fits me. But because we go to the drug shops and buy these methods by ourselves, we end up taking a wrong type that doesn't match us. So after the expiry of its use, now you take long to come back to your normal type. Because we have also seen those ones that remove it today and tomorrow she conceives. That is if that one got a chance of using the right type. Still, we need to go to the doctors and get the doctor's advice toward the service we're going to get. But we know that it is expensive. There's no doctor who is of free. Like, you just access his clinic and get the service. But then there are clinics, there are government hospitals.
Where these services are
exactly free. Like right now, us as Dependable, we've partnered with KCCA to use all their hospitals, their clinics in Kampala, so that our people access the services. I encourage them to join us so that they get services that are perfect for their bodies.
Well, I want to thank you, Madam Hope Kukundane, but before I let you go, let me have your final remarks regarding family planning methods and usage in our country.
Well, thank you so much, Moses. And I want to encourage Ugandans, as my final remarks, that they should embrace these services if we want to attain, or if you want to have a good country. We've seen that there is a call on climate change. Let's participate, let's do, but we can't do it when we have other issues on our heads. There's a lot to be done, and I pray that Ugandans embrace the use of family planning method, but let them have the right ways, the right methods to be used. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having found time to come to UBC this morning, and we discuss these are issues of national concern. A high population or a big population can be both productive or unproductive. How do we ensure that we have a productive population? By ensuring that we plan together the number of children we have. Manageable families, sizable families is the way to go, and children by choice and not chance. Family plannings are safe, are readily available. All we need to embrace them and ensure that we avoid the challenges that come along with unplanned children or a huge population that is not of quality. I want to leave you with Ruben, who will be taking you through the sports updates. But don't forget, please, to go and take your jab, because we need to reduce death as a result of COVID-19. But also, when you're vaccinated, ensure you keep on perfecting the standard operating procedures. Have your mask, social distance, regular wash of hands with water and soap, and avoiding touching the soft parts of your body. Together, we can defeat COVID-19. Good morning.
Good morning.
Introducing the all-new Roofing's TMX 500C rebars with cut and bend services. Roofing's, strength of a nation.
It's the festive season and we love it. And that means it's time to celebrate with GoTV.
Come with me.
So get your GoCoder and GoTV value for 25,000 shillings to watch with the whole family. And if you're feeling extra festive, upgrade to our best package yet, GoTV Super.
Something to look forward to.
Download the My GoTV app for more information.
Super.
We all deserve a super festive season. And with GoTV, there's every reason to love it.